This is Wake Up News live on Globe Television. I am SANDRA. BOAHEN. Let's begin with our top stories. Well, coming up, Chief Defense Minister Stephen BOAHEN has called for calm and restraint from traditional leaders in BOAHEN amid the ongoing conflict. This morning, Ghanaians' trust in institutions has hit an all-time low, according to the latest Afrobarometer reports. And the political party and community leaders urge to prioritize a peaceful dialogue in the lead-up to the December 7 elections. A Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana has announced a 15% increase in transport fares starting November 1, 2024. Coming up later on the international front, Zimbabwe is grappling with a severe water crisis, leaving residents without access to water for more than 5 days each week. Details of all these stories and many more coming up shortly. To join us. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I am SANDRA BOAHEN. Remember, we are streaming live on Facebook at Globe TV GH. In our very first story for this morning, Minister of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs Stephen BOAHEN has called for calm and restraint from traditional leaders in BOAHEN amid the ongoing conflict. He emphasized the government commitment to resolving the issue impartially and urged the public to avoid blame games and politicization, allowing the government to address the situation effectively.
The conflict escalated with the return of Saidu Abagui to Boko on October 24, after being ensconced as Boko Naba in February 2023. Despite lacking legal recognition for this title, his presence intensified tensions between rival factions, resulting in multiple clashes and loss of life. Speaking at a press conference on Tuesday, Stephen BOAHEN called on the public to avoid blame games and politicization of the issue and allow for effective resolution.
I will employ all sides to stop the conspiracy theories going around, the blame games, and keep calm to allow government to deal with the security and the chieftaincy issues thereof. No one should play politics with this sensitive matter. I will continue to engage my colleagues in the political arena from all sides to work with government to resolve the current problems and to work towards lasting peace in the area.
Minister Stephen BOAHEN urges rival factions to exercise due restraint to avoid further disturbances.
I strongly call on the traditional leaders too, from both sides, to refrain from any acts that would escalate the situation. I wish to call on all sides to lay down their arms and cease firing at each other. In this regard, I wish to reiterate our press release yesterday, and I quote, "Government is committed to taking all necessary measures to ensure the safety and security of the people of Boko and its environs. Security agencies have been directed to enforce strictly the curfew and maintain law and order.
To address the violence, the government has imposed a strict curfew on Boko in response to escalating violence that has claimed the lives of many locals and raised serious concerns over public safety.
And now the Chief Justice has commissioned the Insoko District Court in the Bono region to bring justice closer to the people of Tyne District. This move is part of making justice more accessible and convenient for citizens.
The Insoko District Court establishment is significant as it reduces the distance people have to travel to seek justice. The court establishment demonstrates the government's commitment to providing essential services to the people of Tyne District. At the commissioning ceremony, Justice Gabriel Nene Kwao Mantite, representing the Chief Justice, urged judicial staff to uphold integrity and impartiality in their duties. He emphasized the importance of equity, transparency, and merit-based decision-making.
It requires openness, honesty, and accountability in all aspects of our legal proceedings, ensuring that the public can have faith in the integrity of our justice system. Impartiality, perhaps the most crucial, ensures that decisions are made based on the merit of each case, free from bias or undue influence. It is a fundamental tenet of justice that demands that judgment be rendered solely on the basis of law and evidence.
District Chief Executive for Tyne, Dr. Lucia Champon, praised the government initiative, noting that the court will reduce travel distances for seeking justice. Residents will no longer have to travel far to have their cases addressed.
Esan atentene nti na yete district since 2004 na a court ni ha dem say yenya case bia ye de police station police for the boyen there was some de court na ye de konwanchi say court abatan yi de ye mompa ye say nipa nya cases de enso ye dan a nipa de omu a wetin makao kakra de e wo ho na say duru ho a nyafe na yebepeka yenika yeka sei na yetumi edi yasem wo ha na atentrene ne asomdwe abatan ha.
Benkumhini of Insoko, Nana J. Asamoah, appealed to the government to build more prisons in the Bono region. This, he said, would alleviate overcrowding in the Seoul prison in Sunyane and allow farmers and institutions to employ inmates, reducing government feeding costs.
The best name I'm a minister. So, for the Quantum, the Prof. Casabia, the prison sentence. Now, prison sentence was a pepper way of your phone, and then naturally, now, and check your phone, open the papa, yet my brother, the moon prison yard, now everybody, and second pepper, my book, a pepper, my guy, and so to now, Tasua. And I buy no airport for business for by all means. You have family here, you come up from my message feeding, no, mention of money about the car.
Now, Ghanaians' trust in institutions has hit an all-time low, according to the latest Afrobarometer report by the Center for Democratic Development. The report reveals a significant decline in public trust in key state institutions and officials since 2012, with only a marginal drop since 2022.
This downward trend persists despite changes in government, raising concerns about the integrity of state entities, including the Electoral Commission's ability to conduct free, fair, and transparent elections. The CDD's Director of Research, Dr. Ejem Salome, notes that trust in key state institutions and officials has shown only marginal decline since 2022, but reflects a major drop from 2012 levels. This decline in trust is alarming, especially considering Ghana's Ghana's upcoming elections in December 2024.
For me, the key findings will be trust in institutions. As I started presenting, I said we're going to present findings on trust in institutions, perception of corruption, and then elections. But for me, like I said during the presentation, that the perceptions that Ghanaians have about the key institutions of democracy, be it magistrates, tax officials, the presidency, even MPs, that trust level is declining over time. And as you saw in the presentations, we've had a time frame, where we asked these questions, and the over time trend doesn't look good. It means that the institutions that are supposed to hold democracy, make democracy work, they are not, the perceptions that citizens have about them is not improved over time.
It is alarming to see that only 26% of Ghanaians feel they can report corruption without facing retaliation, a 4% drop from 2022. This suggests a pervasive fear of speaking out against misconduct, which can perpetuate a culture of corruption.
The level of perceived corruption in institutions like the police, who have topped the charts, all these years that we've been conducting Afrobarometer surveys, has not changed. They're still at the top. But you see new entrants like, people in the office of the president. You even see electoral commission in there, and it's an election year. Why would people think that the electoral commission is corrupt? And these are concerning. For me, these are some of the findings that jump at me as somebody who works in an organization that promotes good governance, and democratic governance. For us, it's becoming a challenge, to the work that we've been doing these years.
It is important for Ghanaian institutions to address these concerns and work towards rebuilding trust with citizens to ensure a free and transparent electoral process.
Away from that, the acting national president of Scout and Guide Fellowship Ghana, Andrew Boche, is urging political party and community leaders to prioritize peaceful dialogue in the lead up to the December 7 elections. Speaking at a press conference to launch a 7-day peace walk from Kumasi to Accra, Boche emphasized the importance of fostering harmony and inclusiveness despite political differences.
That Ghana is bigger than any entity, be it a political party, tribe, religion, what have you. To believe that as we all come together as a unitary state, where we have decided to overcome our tribal differences and be more homogeneous, let us try to do this everywhere. Fly the Ghana flag to preach peace. Another aspect of our celebration is Think Ghana, Act Ghana, and Unite Ghana. The peace walk and national flag display are reminders of our values of tolerance. I believe that the only thing that can bring peace is tolerance, respect, and solidarity. We call on political leaders to embrace peace dialogue. Believe that whatever it takes, as we dialogue, there will be peace. Community leaders to foster harmony and inclusiveness. Citizens to value unity in diversity.
Ahead of the December elections, the campaign to re-elect Abena Osei Asari as Member of Parliament for Atiwa East is gaining momentum. Market women from the Eastern Region townships have joined the campaign, urging constituents to retain Osei Asari to continue driving development in the area.
The Member of Parliament, who has been preferred to win the December polls, has intensified her campaign as she seeks a fourth term. During a recent market visit to assess her performance, market women expressed overwhelming support for her candidacy. They praised her unmatched performance in the constituency since the Fourth Republic, citing her numerous developmental projects and social interventions.
Honorable Ablasale, or boy, papa. Ete so aboye kire say ebianye adwuma ye ebianye ske didwa kase ne a oye ne kra de e poma dwene menti ase so abra de ye tere so a ne ya sole sabi wi nyame a metimi akasa abra ne ho
so ene ekufa do so ama me betimi akwa esese wie because na me ne nda so na me niska so metimi akwa esese wie dia na abra wa ye bia ma ye abra hwe adwuma ku a wa ye wa nyina mu ha sa ma ye ya yakasa bro ya adwene ya tiase so na market ya so ba na atacha pa na etimu ha se inso to a ati se de rubber sha ye nan ansa na de anante wa ha se eso abra etimi abesiesie ha nyina amaye ama na inso to a ye nti atacha mu bio
de metimi aka fa ho ne se omonto aba ne ma onabo sa asale na o yade pa o boa nyina mu krodua yi bibia o mebusa ni bia otimi yama o mo timi sele o mo se o mutimi to aba ne ma no.
Taxi drivers in the constituency praised Abena Osayasari for her transformative impact on their lives and the youth in the community. They urge all constituents to rally behind the MP and re-elect her to continue her remarkable work.
I'm saying MP there, Honorable Abena Osayasari there. Why you be my pa? Ya dana se. Nyankopon ko sunshida no. Nimse abaye betue obekọ so adi nkunim na waboa Romani nyina. I'm saying baye enim hwe kra no. Honorable baye no. Say her boys and the guests are no more youth na ne adwuma no waboa ama bia ko fire immigration bibia to the prison service
na Honorable Abrasa Sale e kan ho asema yemwie na ni we kire if say ne mo yema kuruma nyina nyame nko a ye hwe ya kwan a ne nam so a e konfikyire no nyina no ye boy ni tete no wabe ni nyina ama ye de yembisa no kura no waye na ze ni yesire na se mfikyire na aka no na nyamenya na dona se okwa onkaye na omeye ho nyina amaye
wa boy papa na se kura wa de wa campaign ebre David for ni bi e ma ye kura ye ko wo senka ibenye bia mana so so but wa ye bia ma ye nuanom.
An election strategist for Adams Gaddafi Kuda Matthew Awuku believes that Ashaman's underdevelopment stems from ineffective parliamentary representation. He has criticized current Member of Parliament Ernest Nogbe for lacking essential lobbying skills, often using the excuse that his party is not in government instead of seeking resources and development for the constituency.
Matthew Awuku spoke at a campaign launch for Adams Gaddafi Kuda, an independent candidate born, educated, and residing in Ashaiman. This gives Gaddafi Kuda a deep understanding of the community's challenges. According to Awuku, Kuda has consistently supported youth and community initiative without holding an official position, demonstrating his commitment to the constituency's welfare. Although the Ashaiman constituency has 3 candidates vying for the parliamentary seat, Awuku urged voters to choose Kuda for its fresh perspective and proactive leadership.
Goodness, what one collaborate was Samaha, Inti, a drummer, I was in ya, Obi or ya, Simon, Obejina. What I say, Obejina, no Timia, Boyano. I mean, Timia, Mamika Semintro. Ghana Henyanano, Asama is the 3rd or the 2nd largest constituency in our electoral, in our elections. The Biano Ashama no much hayabo. Ninina say you need to set your priorities. Say your MP not Ashama or no Ashama or did do Ashama or Ashama. Ye never knew be many say be a bab on things here. What you say? Wow, na mere kwan so yakwan nyinanye. Uchi uka shock. There be almost every week goes to some baby. Yakwan nyinanye. For almost 8 years, the all kind nyinanye say nyane mama na o kitchen na ne papa na o jade and say bibi. Ye mpenisa.
Communication Director for Team Kuda, Tony Ahito, highlighted Kuda's first focus on youth empowerment, infrastructure development, and economic opportunities. Women's organizer Rose Nete also shared reasons why Kuda is the best choice for assignment. Effective parliamentary representation, she said, is crucial for a constituency development as it ensures accountability and promote legislative oversight.
So assistant enkoye emaye nyamane nyina ya basa lo na wo di krampo na interest daso no untimi fa nya djuma no nya den enhoso on shade nim MPF a obeka se bibi ni amede kotu na nim se se bia moa bi be fi da bi aba no mu di aboa da bi na so ya papa koda onya MP na nso no otie yeso udi yeso ko ne honko a untimi nya krampo akakra obetimi aya wo so wani besto no.
Coming up on the program, Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana has announced a 15% increase in transport fares starting November 1st, 2024. More stories coming up right after the break this day. The Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana just announced a 15% increase in transport fares starting November 1st, 2024. This hike is primarily driven by the surge in fuel prices and spare parts costs, which has been exacerbated by the current economic challenges. According to the Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana, the prices of essential spare parts have skyrocketed, making it necessary to pass on the increased cost to consumers. This decision was not taken lightly, as the association carefully considered the economic hardships faced by drivers.
The reason why we came out with this 15% is the cost of servicing vehicles or the cost of running transport now is very, very high. And that is the formula in which we always increase transport fare. All the things over there are very costly. When you go to lubricant, it's 110%. We go to spare parts, it's over 200+%. You go to the stationery and printing, it's 30%. You go to the cost of the car, it's over 1,000%. And even fuel, the lowest among it is fuel, is 8%. So if you put all these things together, and if you want to go by the percentage, so I've been charging 25%, where we have thought this right that things are not normal, and we are in the election year too. We don't want to jeopardize the situation. That's why we are coming out with 15%, starting from on the 2nd of November. This is not a proposal. This is what we are going to go by on the 2nd.
In other stories, Ghana Water Company Limited, Kwahukotoso office faces land encroachment by one Bediako disrupting operations. Station manager Francis Asante is therefore seeking immediate authority intervention.
The Ghana Water Company Limited's Kwahukotoso office is grappling with a critical land dispute as Bediako is reportedly encroaching on their property, disrupting operations and development projects. The Kwahukotoso office serves the entire Kwahu Mountains region, making it a crucial hub for water supply. The encroachment issue is not only affecting the company's operations, but also preventing development in the area. Station manager Francis Asante urges authorities to intervene promptly to address this pressing issue.
Ghana Water eba krumhano asase edahano the France beye imfi minu ekoni amanfo asase na kasa na edahono amanfo ankruchia ama ne ekaye no empanifo etu empanifo ebaha ema onne ohene ahemfi ohene ene empanifo isuboyes ɛne yɛsusu wɛs ɛba ha ama madwumɛfo wɔ me sanifan yɛnyinaa ka wɔm ho ama yɛde wɔn fa asase no ɛhyɛ ano nyinaa ma wɔn kɔyɛ papers nyinaa foforɔ nansi yɛ wɔ hɔ a ne bɛhu sɛ o development ɛsan ɛkɔ so saa development no so no yɛnim ne yɛhu yɛn ne yɛte ne sɛ yɛnnua pani bi a ɔwɔ ha yɛfrɛ no bɔga ɛna ɔhyɛ sɛ dwumadie nyinaa ase na mobɛhwɛ a ɛyɛ yɛn nsa benkum yɛ structure a ɛyɛ yɛkɔtɛseɛ wɔ nsa nifa sei ne foundation ɛwɔ hanom a sisiɛ ne wɔyɛ a wɔatwa yi ɛnam so nansi nso yɛanyɛ no nteɛ sɛ yɛde project ɛba ɛsan ba hanom a kɔtɛses nyinaa bɛka ho a ɛm sɛ aha yi ɛbɛfa ho yɛ ba ne sei a ɛbɛma yɛ adwumafoɔ ɛti ankrampo no yɛne ntimi ɛnhyɛ da ɛngye.
The company has directed residents of Kotoso to construct solely removable structures on the land, facilitating future clearance. Conversely, Beji Akon, claiming ownership, has instructed residents to depart the premises.
And this is me how say somebody hamami and be okay. No, see, on will so say a higher mudia until muji a half fiancé. Musu, baby, a mere jumano, baby, a mere juman wide. Mo atwa aduane nyamane ma wo mo say machines ni bia na owo honu ni sa ahonu na yo and this ya de me catch mo say misremo omo enhwe na omo sisi asem na yinto yi mai.
I'm a disabled person. This is the place I'm working. What I was for this place to work. You see, I get 10 children to teach them how to know how to sew. But right.
Zimbabwe's second largest city, Bulawayo, is grappling with a severe water crisis that has left residents without access to water for more than 5 days each week. This alarming situation has arisen as 3 of the city's 6 reservoirs have been shut down due to the ongoing drought conditions that have plagued the region.
Upper Ngwema Dam is drying up, one of the main sources of water for Zimbabwe's second city, Bulawayo. It was decommissioned in early October because the water dropped below pumping levels. Other reservoirs have also been shut down. The drought means Samson Chigodo wakes up early every morning to use the one tap in his neighborhood before it runs dry.
We can go 1 week with no water at home, sometimes 2. When it comes during the weekend, we fill up containers to store for the week.
In April, Zimbabwe's government declared a state of disaster. Millions of people aren't just in need of food, the city is running out of water.
Most residents only get water in their taps every 133 hours. And so people are really battling. They literally have no water in their taps. They have to store water in tanks. They have to walk to the closest borehole.
This is Zimbabwe's worst drought in decades. This is a borehole in the community, one of many. When I do this for a couple of times, if you look over there, usually water comes out, but it's dry. There's nothing. It gives you an idea of how dry the area is. Nomatlawe Moyo buys water in buckets most days of the week. She knows this region is one of the driest parts of Zimbabwe, but she says this season is bad.
My colleague Robert is on standby to give us the latest in the world of sports right after the break.
It's now time for sports. Good morning. I am Robert Konya. Coming up in our stories, we'll give you updates from the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League after match day 2. Some statistics that we have for you this morning. And also from the Ghana Premier League, match day 9, the fixtures has been released, as well as games which will be live on various television channels. These and some other stories will be live after this break. Welcome back. Let's take the details. The Malta Guinness Women's Premier League has been interesting from match day 1 up to day 2. Let's give you some statistics from the match day 1 to be specific. 10 games were played, 3 home wins and 3 away wins. 4 games ended in draw, and also 19 goals scored overall, 9 home goals and also 10 away goals. Now, from match day 1 to match day 2, let's take the overall statistics for the Women's Premier League. 20 games have been played so far. 10 of the games have been won at home. 6 away wins, and also 4 of them have ended in draws. 44 goals in total, 24 home goals, and also 20 away goals. First half goals have been 25, and also 19 goals in the second half. Penalties awarded have been 2, and 1 have been missed, and also the other scored. 51 yellow cards, 3 red cards. So far, there haven't been any own goal in the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. Now to the Ghana Premier League match day 9. Let's take a look at the fixtures and also the games that will be live. Midiama Sporting Club, after throwing away a 2-goal lead in Doma, will host Hartlefolk at the TNA Sports Stadium. Accra Lions will also wait for the defending champions, FC Samates, at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, the all-time, favorite, and also the team with most titles at the Langley Sports Stadium, will wait for Heart of Lions. And also Vision FC, Nana Kwekwe German and his boys will play against Adriana Football Club. And so Atreman will host Set Osewaya and Bechem United. And also Brekum Chelsea are led by former Hearts of Oak coach Samuel Boadu will play Baseke Holy Stars, who is also being monitored by Abdullahi Ghazali, the former assistant head coach of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Jimmy Kobler will lead Kerala United at the Aliu Mahama Sports Stadium while they wait for Nations FC and coach Okaisi Mengel. Bibiani Gold Stars will also host Dreams FC at the Bibiani Dance Park. Legon Cities on Monday, 4th November, will play against Young Apostles. Now, these games will be live on TV. The game between Midiama and Hartlefolk will be live on TV. That will be on Friday. And also, Accra Lions against Samates will also be live on television. Kumasi Asante Kotoko against Heart of Lions will be live on this very channel, Globe Television. And Vision FC, Adriana Stars, Legon Cities, and also that of Young Apostles will also be live on TV. Let's take a look at the table of the Ghana Premier League so far. Some of the teams have already made marks. Bibiani Gold Stars are leading with 18 points. Bibiani Gold Stars are leading with 18 points. Coach Frimpong Manson Mayanga is doing some marvelous job in Bibiani. Asante Kotoko follows with a game in hand. They have 15 points. Midiama Sporting Club also with 15. Nations FC have 13, and Samates with also 13 points. Brekum Chelsea also has 13 points. Now the teams at the relegation zone, we have Accra Lions with 7, Dreams FC with 4 points, and also Legon Cities with just 2 points so far. Away from the Ghana Premier League, the Wafu B Under-20 Championship is still ongoing, and the final game will be between eternal rivals Ghana and Nigeria, 7 p.m. this evening. That is when this big game will be played. Away from the local front, there were games in Europe yesterday. In the Italian Serie A, Napoli lost by 1-0 to Wolfsburg. Now to England, Manchester United have already sacked Erik ten Hag, and in their search for his successor have landed on Sporting Club de Portugal's manager, Ruben Amorim. Now the 39-year-old was answering questions after a Sporting's game yesterday, and he was so careful not to give many answers away.
I wanted to ask you about your tactics. No, not really. I've heard the words Manchester United mentioned quite a few times this press conference. Could you sum up where we are with the Manchester United move?
We have to wait a little bit more to explain everything I need to explain, and then it will be very clear.
But the club, obviously, they have to, if an approach is made for their head coach, because of the rules, have said that approach has been made and the compensation fee has been agreed. So it's now your decision, I guess.
Yes, that's what I said. It's my decision. I will tell everything. So we have to wait. That's it.
How long?
I don't know.
Will you be in the dugout at Old Trafford on Sunday?
Ruben Amorim says we will have to wait until he tells everything. But reports from England suggest he has already agreed to join Manchester United Football Club. That's how we end sports this morning. I am Robert Konye. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, Robert, for giving us the sports update. Let's take a recap of the top stories. Chief Defence Minister Stephen Asamoah Boateng has called for calm and restraint from traditional leaders in Boko amid the ongoing conflict. And also you heard Ghanaians' trust in institutions has hit an all-time low, according to the latest Afrobarometer report. And on the international front, Zimbabwe is grappling with a severe water crisis, leaving residents without access to water for more than 5 days each week. That's the package for you this morning. I am Sandra BOAHEN. Up next is CSA No Sayings. Do stay safe and have a wonderful day.